Hi guys, it's Carissa from the Community Library. Today we are celebrating the fact that January is Creativity Month, so we're going to get a little creative here. We're going to be making some really cute canvas art. You don't have to know anything crazy about painting. Things you need: a canvas. This is an 8x8 canvas. Now I have a thicker wood back on this, so I'm really doing a 5x5 image. And I'm just doing the words "be kind." You can go as crazy as you want or as simple as you want. And I just printed that out on printer paper. You're going to need a hot glue gun, a fair amount of hot glue sticks, something to catch your hot glue drips if you don't want it on your table. You're going to need some paint. I suggest at least 2 colors. I'm going to use this purple here because I love the color purple, and I'm going to try using this metallic pearl white. We'll see how it goes. And then I have some glitter because I love glitter. I'm going to use a fairly large paintbrush. And then I've also got something to cover my table once we're done using the hot glue and moving on to the paint stage. So what we're going to do is you are going to print out your word, your image, whatever you want on your canvas. What we're doing is we're going to write on our canvas in hot glue, and then we're going to paint over it so it's raised. It'll look really neat. So you need to print out whatever you want. Like I said, measure your inside of your canvas that you're going to put your item on, so there's going to be a bit of an outline to it. And then you're going to just tape it so that the words are showing through here. Now, I'm going to show you how I DIY'd my light box. Not everybody has a light box at home. You could also, if you're not recording this, you could also put your phone underneath it and use the flashlight from your phone. I went ahead to do that and then realized I was about to film and couldn't find my phone. Turns out I found it. But if you want to use the light box approach, or maybe you need a homemade light box, this is what I found works really well for me. I just have a clear plastic container that I actually store my acrylic paints in. And then I have a bunch of those really nice, cheap LED flashlights. And I've got them just sitting inside, pointing up. If you can't get your LED flashlight to stand up, I really recommend sticky tack. So, alright, now that we've got our light box, you can see the words here on my canvas. We're going to take the glue gun, and we are just going to follow. Actually, I'm going to wipe off the edge there because it's been sitting here for a while. And we're just going to follow, and you might have to move your canvas around a bit. And we're just going to follow and trace the words. And you're going to want to do it as much as a smooth thickness as you can. I have found that if you have to let go of your trigger, which you might, to just go back and never pick up the top of the hot glue gun so that it's always kind of touching the glue. Okay. I'm going to let that sit for a second, and then I'm going to show you. I've got the bee done for my Be Kind, and you can always look at it and be like, oh, I really like this, or maybe there was an area that you need a little more glue on. You can always go back in and add just a little more glue, especially if you're right after you've put the glue on. So we've got my nice bee for my Be Kind. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the rest of my words, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so I've got Be Kind written. We're going to let that sit and completely dry, and then we are going to paint. So I'm going to let that cool off. We want it as hard as possible, and then we're going to go ahead and paint it. Okay, and we're back. Now, everything is nice and hard. I'm going to show you what I've got. And I did a little bit of freehand up here because I thought it was like missing something. Don't be afraid to freehand with it. It's hot glue. You should be able to peel it kind of off if you mess up or screw up, because it is just hot glue. I will show you my colors. I love the pearl in it. It is like super shiny, and I am in love with it. So, I'm going to use a larger brush, and I'm just going to start at the bottom painting a bit here. I'm going to try to divide my painting up into thirds-ish. Now you do want to use acrylics for this because the acrylics will cover your hot glue. You may need to do a couple coats or go a little thicker over the hot glue, just as a precaution. A little further up, I think. And don't be afraid to like blend this in. Now, you might need a smaller brush just to go back in. There's a little like areas where like my letters are, where like depending on how I'm stroking my brush, because of the raised letters, that it's a little hard to fit in every crack and crevice. And I'm actually going to paint my sides as well because I'm not going to frame this. I'm just going to hang it, and I like the look of a fully painted piece. Again, it is creativity month, so if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. As I'm working with each color, I'm just going to go ahead and go and do it, which is why I have a lovely piece of parchment paper down for any accidental drips, spills, what have yous. Right, now I'm just going to go straight into my next color. You know, this really reminds me of, with the raised look, it makes me think of like mason jars where they have that raised look to them, to their words. And you could do more than, 3 colors. I'm doing 3 colors here, and possibly some glitter later. But maybe you want to do more than 3 colors. Maybe you're like, I want to do the whole rainbow. I will not be limited by a color choice. Maybe you want to go even crazier. Maybe you want to do just 1 color. 1 color would be fine too. I saw a couple people who did very similar things to this, where they just did 1 color and they just spray painted it, and it looked great. So don't be afraid to like jump out there and do something different. Do not let me stunt your creativity month in creativity month. Alright, and the great thing about acrylics is they tend to dry pretty quick. So you're not going to be waiting forever for a long dry time. Try my darndest to get the top of this painted without covering myself in paint. Let's be honest, I don't mind being colorful. Ooh. I'm just going to take this. I've got a little bit of a runny edge. I don't want a runny edge. There we go. And just spread it out. Make it look nice. And I'm just going to check to make sure all of my letters are filled in, especially where your hot glue is. You might notice that it's got a little bit of a little edge, you know, might be, you know, check your edges. You might also check, like I'm doing right now, my B and my E. When I painted, there was quite a bit of paint left in the inside of the hole. I'm gonna double check my D. And we don't really want that. We want, you know, it to stay nice and full, but we don't want to lose our letter just because it has filled up with paint. So definitely check that as well. Make sure you're not losing some of that. You might have to go back in and just touch it up a bit here and there. I said I was worried about getting paint on. All right. So I've got paint on me. I'll pick it up anyway. All right. Here is my Be Kind. We're gonna let that dry. I'm gonna wash my hands. And then we'll go back in. I'm thinking I might go back in with a little bit of glitter, just because I enjoy glitter. But again, it is Creativity Month. This is all up to you. I've given you the basics, and all you need is a hot glue gun and some canvas. And I think it looks really awesome. It's something super simple that you can do on your own, or maybe it's like a fun family project. So we will see you all for our next odd holiday or month, and I hope you guys had a great time. Hey guys, so it's finished. I've hung it on my wall. And I'm just trying to give you a little bit of video. So I did use some glitter. I actually used it on the letters here and the little corner pieces because I was so in love with the pearlized look of it. And I thought the glitter helped the words to stand out just a little bit more. Like again, super easy. All you're doing is tracing with a glue gun and then putting some paint over it. So I hope you guys may be able to make this and have as much fun as I did.